Okay, I shall continue the question paper. Okay. You have an extra. Take the heading. What do the underlying words? Continue where I stop. In the following, extract refer to. So this is nothing but pronoun. This you will be having for homework. Okay, I write the question. A copy editor checks grammatical mistakes errors and spellings. That your first pronoun that might lead to confusion. He, the second pronoun, corrects them and makes the story easier to read. If the story is too long, if the third pronoun is again edited down to the right size. And eye-catching headline is added to make the readers interested so that he will further recommend. So he will further recommend the story to his associates. This is your fourth pronoun. So below this, write the forward pronoun which I have given you. The first one is that, like this you have to write in the examination compulsory. Then second one is he. They'll give you this in the question paper, so don't worry. But write as they have given, don't change anything. They makes them it. It is your third pronoun. And then his. I want the answers very fast. So this will be for 4 months for the examination point of view. I'm just doing one revision for all of you so that I can go further, because the next two things which are being incompleted, they are a bit difficult. That's why I'm a bit easy with them. If you have completely understood this, then I can go further. So give me your answers. That, yes, that the grammatical errors are. Read again. A copy editor. Okay, whoever has answered, please read correctly. A copy editor checks grammatical errors and misspellings. That which grammatical errors and misspellings both. So the answer should be this and this. I am running out of space. Grammatical errors and misspellings. Yes, might lead to confusion. He, who? Copy editor. Yes, second one, very correct. Bhumika, very good. Copy. Copy editor. Okay. Then, if the story is too long, which story? Next one is again edited down to the right size. An eye-catching headline is added to make the readers interested so that he will further recommend the story. Who? His. Read again. Understand. An eye-catching headline is added to make the readers interested so that he. Who? Who? Readers will further recommend the story to his whose? Readers. Apostrophe S because his is there. Readers. Marks. Yes, readers. Yes, correct. Okay, next one is jumble segment. I'll just give one of that also. Rewrite the jumbled segment. I'm not going in order as in the question paper. I'm just giving whatever is coming to mind. Rewrite the jumbled segments. To form a meaningful. To form a meaningful sentence. So this will be for 1 mark. Leaves / some kind of dash vengefulness. Can you tell me which lesson? Man, unbearable. It's a 1 mark question. Man leaves for some kind of unbearable vision. Very good, Swati. Super. Very well done. Man leaves of some kind. Man leaves. What's your reason? Man leaves for. Or I put it in it. Oh, this is for. He's good. He's smarter than Sorry, thank you. Okay, right. Man leaves for some kind of resentfulness, unbearable resentfulness. So one more question. Okay, next I'll give one. I'll go for a speech. Let me see. I don't know how I'm going to check, but I want you to write. Please make it a point. Okay. In the heading, your college is. What is the question number? I don't know. I really don't know question number. Your college is celebrating. Your college is celebrating Sports Day on the occasion of it. You are required to speak on the importance of sports.
Ma'am,
Yes.
and is there a full stop on after sports day?
Yeah. Sports. The importance of sports. Write a speech. In about 100 words, including the following points. I cannot bend so much, so I'll write the points here. You can make a continuity there. Physical fitness, mental well-being, sound mind, sound body, continue here, recreation, yes, sound mind, sound body, ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇನೆ. Sport is correct. Okay, strategy ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಗಿರ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ. Name and fame, job opportunities. Yes, Bhumika, you're also correct. Okay, right. So please continue. After this, write this. So based on these 8 points, you have to write at least 3/4 of a page. And it's a very easy concept. First write. First you should thank the people, those who have come there. Very important, you should thank because they are listening to you. First you have to address each and every person sitting on the dais. Very, very important is that concept. Then you have to speak about sports. Importance of sports. And why, who are you to stand on the stage and speak, and thank everyone for giving you this opportunity to speak on such a special occasion. You have to first give us the importance of the sports. Why are sports important for the children? After that, based on these 8 points, you have to elaborate each point, giving me at least 2 or 3 concepts about it. When I say physical fitness, you have to give me some idea about it. The rest I guess only you have to follow. How it is helpful for physical fitness, how for the rest of the points, that is mental, body and soul, recreation, sportive. They've given even good points to you. Aim and fail, job opportunities. Very, very important. So this I'll be expecting when the classes start. I want each of you to write this. Very, very important. Whichever question they give you, you should be able to summarize it. That's very, very important. So next is, I'll be giving is a letter writing. No, a pie chart. I think continuation of pie chart is there. Yes. You may be having option for this one, that if you're done with this, I'll go for one more question. Pie chart, I'll give you time till we meet. I hopefully we meet in the next month, because I'll be checking your notes. I'm giving some time for you. Today is 14, at least by 3rd of January, you maintain a good notebook, what I made you write, because as soon as you come to the college, I'm going to check. That's very important, what I made you write to here. So don't tell me that I did not give you an intimation before only. Recreation, she has written, no. Okay, take the heading. The following bar graph, take the heading. This will be or, it will be an option, but I want you to attempt both. The following bar graph represents information about. The following bar graph represents information about the source of irrigation. The sources of irrigation in India. The sources of irrigation in India in 2011. In 2011, put a full stop. Based on the information, comma, write a report in about 120 words. I'll read it for you. Following bar graph represents information about the sources of irrigation in India in 2011. Based on information, write a report in about 120 words. So just do a drawing. No need to write that, since nothing is being given. I am given a reading of 5, 10, 2, 45, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So you can go for shading or whatever you write. You can do anything. So they have given different forms of irrigation based on the percentage. The year is 2011. How irrigation was being done in India. So you have to give me the reasons why. That is what we are going to give you marks for. And see that you don't skip any of the percentages which is being given to you, because it is a survey which is being conducted. You have to write the data. It is a report writing. So you have to start the bar graph, throws light or clearly shows however you want, but you have to start what kind of graph has been given to you. Okay, go for the next one. Write the letter, you can leave space there. We're done with this. Okay. Write a letter of application, the next one. You can go on putting the option numbers there. Write a letter of application. Write a letter of application in response to the following advertisement. Write a letter of application in response to the following advertisement. In response to the following advertisement, which appeared in, put single inverted comma, the Deccan Herald, which appeared in the Deccan Herald, put close inverted comma, dated 12th December 2020. Dated 12th December 2020. So the requirements, I just write, I hope you have done with this. Okay, I do the requirements here. It's a letter writing. Okay, they wanted data entry operators. This is their requirement. They are looking for a qualification of, you can try after a second you see. If you get first class, basic computer knowledge is essential. Is essential. Fluency in English and Kannada. And continue here. Apply within 10 days to the managing director nothing much has been given via digital solutions. So their requirement is data entry operators. Qualification is just second QC, so much not to be bothered about it. Only one qualification, SLC and second QC you have to write. When you go for the resume, basic computer knowledge, you should say that you are good in it and you have done some special course. Fluency, yes, you are good in English, Kannada, you can add another one language if you want. You have to address this letter to this person. The neat format, don't scribble, don't overwrite, very important. You can draft somewhere with a pencil, then you can start writing in the notes. Simply don't go on writing. So this is the arena where you can secure out of out. So what I've completed till here, I think I have done with all the concepts. The next thing I'll be starting to you is passive voice. I have done passive voice, I guess. No? Expressions I have not done. Have you heard about idioms and phrases? She's on the cloud nine. She's like a fish out of water. Why do we use all these words? Why do we use? Why do we use? There are proverbs. Many a time we use proverbs. Many a time we use idioms and phrases. Why do we use? It only beautifies the language. You have got this for 2 marks. It will be taken from the course book only. It's page number 17 from your grammar textbook. You can check in. This page number 17, idioms and phrases. I shall start today. From the textbook only they will give. Like Japan and Brazil, I did that day. The cars is very expensive, but still it grew in leaps and bounds. So there is another one meaning for it. What are these called as? Idioms and phrases. Why are they used? They are used to beautify the language. Then we had this lesson called as where there is a wind. The woman swept along in a zigzag. Swept along means what? They moved along, cycling all over the city. Why? Like a fire the wind. People were shocked when they saw them. The whole lesson content, the whole textbook contents of such kind of idioms and phrases. What you have to do is, the first concept will be given to you. Based on that, you have to select 3 expressions will be given to you. 2 will be correct. So you have to select exactly which is required for the given textbook. As I've completed maximum lessons, just I'm left with 1 drama. I wanted to do live. That is very important. I was just pushing it because sunny morning, one of the best lessons you have got for your second PUC. And the drama cannot be done here or offline. Online, it's very difficult. But if there is no other chance, I will do it off. I cannot really wait. So here today I'm going to start with idioms and phrases. So pay attention when you're reading the textbook. They will not give anything out of the textbook. So please keep this in mind. So any lesson is being given to you, you will be aware about the lesson. If you have read the lesson correctly, related to that, how the story goes, when you read the lesson, make a marking whenever you find these idioms and phrases. So it will be easy for you to write down to the examination point of view. An idiom may be defined as an expression peculiar to the languages. Yes, sometimes it looks peculiar, but if you understand the meaning of it, you'll understand that it really beautifies the language. It is a special phrase whose total meaning is different from the individual words in the phrase. It not only emphasizes what we want to say, but also impresses the listener and the reader. So when you use such kind of words, the person who is listening to your words will be very impressed that you are well aware about the language. They have given some examples here. She felt like a fish out of water. Now here in this context it is, she felt uncomfortable. This is true. See, now you have gone somewhere, but you are unknown to many people there. You sit alone, or you are just having 1 or 2 persons sitting there. You don't know many of the people there. You feel very uncomfortable sitting there. So what do you feel? It is like a fish out of the water. A fish cannot survive. It struggles. It feels uncomfortable. The same way the context is being used for human beings. She felt like a fish out of water in sophisticated company. Here it means she felt uncomfortable. Abhi passed the color exams with flying colors. Flying colors andre colors. This is, I told you, it's a peculiar language, but it is used to beautify the language. It means that he has passed with very high grades, with good marks. Pooja was on cloud 9, which means she was very happy. When? Because she was promoted. Sarah is the apple of her father's eye. The child that is attached to the parents or to the father or to the mother, they have specified here father. It can be parent or it can be mother, it can be sister, anything, that's not important. Here it is that she is being loved by her father more than other person. The idiom in the first sentence is apt and self-exclamatory. It makes a deeper impression than the usage of the words in the second one. He felt like a fish out of water. Second part is in sophisticated company. So you should understand the meaning and then select the right one. This is not at all useful to you. Don't worry, because it will not be given anything from this part. Just only to make you understand. So let me see how good you are here. To keep one's shirt on, to control one's temper. That is the meaning of it. To be under one's thumb is to be completely under someone's control. To have a swollen head. Some people have this ego problem. They feel that they are very great. They are called as having a swollen head. To admire oneself greatly. To blow one's own trumpet is boasting yourself or praising yourself. To be hand in glove with if you are engaged in doing something wrong. To be in a soup when you are in trouble, to know A to Z, that you know everything about a subject or a concept, to go on a wild goose chase without knowingly you follow someone, that is unclear activity. You are not aware about it, but still you follow because your friend is going, unaware about what he or she is doing. To leave no stone unturned means trying your best. The easiest way I am giving. To explore every alternative. So based on these idioms, I want you to complete the following fill in the blanks which is being given to you. Use the correct form of suitable idioms from those given above to complete the following sentence. I'm telling you it's just a worksheet so that you understand the concept. It is difficult to dash when Ravi keeps arguing. You are going to use the idioms, you are not going to use the meanings. It is very difficult dash when Ravi keeps arguing. What's the meaning of it? To keep one's shirt on. Yes. It is very difficult to keep one's shirt on when Ravi keeps arguing. It's very difficult to control your temper because Ravi is a bad-mouthed person. All this praise about her intelligence has given Usha such a dash. Yes, no textbook. Given her a swollen head. The second one is a swollen head. That she cannot talk to anyone without showing off. You must take Abel's advice. He knows dash of the share market. A to Z. He knows A to Z of the share market. Don't believe this man. He is dash with a thief. No. No, what you said was correct. To be on a wild goose. Yes, he is on a wild goose chase with a thief. Yes, he is involved in the activity. I had warned them that there was no use in working on the project. It was a... Oh no. He is dash with the thief. Don't believe this man. He is dash with the thief. To be hand in glove with. I think fourth one that will be correct. To engage in wrongdoing. Don't believe this man. He is hand in glove. To be very hand in glove with the thief. I warned them that there was no use in working on the project. It was a wild chase or a wild goose chase. The parents dash to engage their disabled children to get good education. You should change the tense there. Left no stone unturned. Leave anta bariyangilla. Left no stone unturned. It is difficult to listen to Don Gonzalo. He dash as soon as he opens his mouth. He blows his own trumpet. He blows, you have to change the tense there because it is a present tense. He blows his own trumpet as soon as he opens his mouth. If you break the rule, you land yourself. Yes, in a soup. Okay, this is a bit nice. I want you to do that. You guys can try that. I'll give some 10-15 minutes for you. Match the following. Take a friend, say don't use a friend. You can also come friend. Match it. The next I'll do from the textbook. Because option will be given to you. Read and please, it's very little difficult. They both should have the same meaning. One is the idiom and phrase, another one is the meaning. Okay, let it be a part of your homework. So tomorrow you finish and come and discuss with you tomorrow. Okay? We shall leave now. The book is there. Thank you. Thank you all of you.
ನಾನು 155